Waltz is a quaint village in New Boston, Michigan, not unlike any other village in any other town. There's the church, the graveyard, and the local restaurant. But behind closed doors, there's talk. Talk of the supernatural.
Do you believe in the supernatural?
Yeah, I do.
No. Yes. I do. I very much believe in the supernatural. You've never heard of that? No.
Internet sources say sometimes when you go in, things on your table move and sometimes your chair. At night, doors open and close and you hear footsteps.
We visited the Waltz Inn to see for ourselves. In 1836, Esbon and Arabella Blackmar purchased 160 acres of land. The home they built there would later become the Waltz Inn. 10 years later, Joseph Waltz bought the land and named it after himself. The home became a tavern. Eventually, the tavern was sold to eccentric businessman Tom Montersky. It remained under his management until the early 1980s when Montersky and his wife died 2 weeks apart in the same bedroom. New owners turned the building into the Waltz Inn. Living in the upstairs for several years, the owners grew accustomed to strange occurrences. One person awoke in the middle of the night to find Tom Montersky sitting on the couch. On another occasion, the baker saw the legs of the ghost behind the kitchen's swinging doors. She hasn't worked a night since. To this day, you can still hear ghastly stories of the specters haunting the inn.
Have you heard of the Waltz Inn haunting?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never actually experienced it.
Have you ever heard of the Waltz Inn haunting?
No.
No. Okay. So,
Have you?
yes. So, have you ever heard of the Waltz Inn haunting?
Yes, I have. I've heard that it's haunted, but I've never actually witnessed it. So,
Anyone has witnessed it?
I've heard stories of people saying that there's people walking around while they're closing, or that they can hear like chairs being moved and stuff like that.
So is the Waltz Inn haunted? We'll leave that for you to decide. Stop by, grab a burger, and if you're lucky, maybe, just maybe, you'll feel the presence of Tom Montersky and his wife. But for now, we'll leave you with some ghost stories.
I met a demon before. I'm being serious, and I was in my room and I felt like this pressure on my chest, like I felt someone was trying to make me not breathe and they were trying to take my breath away. And I seen like a face like zoom past me. So then I went and told my dad about it. My dad wouldn't even walk in the room. Like there was like I was standing in the room and he was standing outside of it, and he wouldn't even walk in. He was that scared because there was like a force between us. It was really creepy.
Grandparents' old farmhouse, and about 2 weeks after we moved in, I bent over the table and I felt this on my shoulder, and I thought it was my husband, but he was in bed. It was definitely not my husband. And later it scared me, and later on we asked my father-in-law, and he said his father, who was in the house and died in the house, had a habit of doing that to people in a reassuring way. So it's kind of scary.
My dad used to go, he's on the fire department, and he went underneath the ground in the tunnels because they used to transport patients from the hospital to the asylum underground in tunnels. And my dad had actually gotten into the tunnels before they were closing it off. They were cleaning everything out. He was doing it for the city. And he said that when you were down there, when you would walk through the first time, there would be nothing in the tunnels. But when you would walk back, he saw like notes and like shoes or like dolls, stuff like that.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.